Paetia. Obayan Sapuso, Munia, one can asem. They mafu to some Kakrewa Supeme. Yo, Kofi, Amaya woman, Omani Yamana, Geni baby, Ako, Wachata, Welcome to Gumashida, a deprived coastal farming community in the Gomoa East constituency of the central region of Ghana. Geographically, Gumashida is surrounded by many communities such as Apam, Dago, Goma Obri, Ekunfin Otuam, hometown of Ghana's late president, Professor John Evans Etemels, among other fishing and farming communities. Gumashida is about 2 hours drive from the nation's capital, Accra. It is interesting to note that this community is one of the oldest settlements founded by the great-grandfathers of the indigenous residing there. Gumashida can pride itself with several beautiful potentials which, when well harnessed, will improve quality of living in the area. These include vast land for both agricultural and industrial purposes and lake for tourist attraction. In spite of these great endowments, indigents here wallow in extreme poverty as few energetic men and women take to bush farming and gathering of firewood as their daily source of livelihood.
Nowadays, because there is no job in this town, people have been cutting firewood. That is the main source of living at this place. So having the factory at this place is going to create employment for the people at Shuda, not even Shuda. Manford, Obiri, and then Dogo people can come here and work, and it will reduce the burden of unemployment in the community, 95% and above, because most of the people, the main source of occupation is farming. And you see that nowadays, because of the weather, climatic condition and so on, farming is no more all that interesting. So the people have not been getting work to do.
Though Gumashida is noted to be a farming community with a population of about 1,500, farming is being made unattractive to the youth as they lament high cost of agricultural implements. Some say the rising cost of these farming equipment is the bane behind their poor living conditions.
Gone are the days when the population is less. People normally grow few, and after getting it, you sell, and then you can sell small. But now, if you want to get money from farming, unless it's commercial farming, you have to use farm input, implement, and those things. Without hiring labor, if you don't have the money, how can you hire a labor? You can't go for tractor for that job. So your small farming that you do, you can't get enough and sell in order to get money for a living. So bringing that one will solve, even will eliminate people from taking part in that farming activity, because now farming activities are no more interesting. People do not get money from it.
One government coach at Eja. Here, needed an edit. Amaduna, Okumu, Galamsey. Galamsey, or Wabosana, Natina, a boo, Gamanfoso. The brains who are crowd. Yeah, fatty are fine. Yeah, I could be brain now, Vidim Kutomans and do. If one year bar, that times, we will crowd windows. Tell a woman once the woman we are now, I at it. What the who took our crowd once or cry times with me and there. But Uba, what was there? I said, I'm ready. Banana say, Obama Puntuma, Abba. Nay, I want to cry. You to make you about the more. Because I want you had them be say, what am I so uber to cry at it? I don't been away, but brave how beyond now. Oh, but now. As one day, and now would down Tamasun says, in I at it, and that's what I'm going to do by. You put me a back. Yatanichipa, Yabemui.
The community has no access to any market. This compels inhabitants to trek several kilometers to nearby communities to shop for their household activities, especially ingredients to prepare dish for their families. Women with little capital engage in petty trading. They engage in tabletop marketing. Items sold here include smoked and fresh fish, onion, pepper, tomatoes, garden eggs, kenkey, among other edibles. But how much will this job fetch them to cater for their families, let alone take care of their children's education? These women recount the ordeal they go through in their business activities.
I don't have a boom. I want you to let me be my hand with her. When we are meeting, do a while, Pessoa to be so only Niska. This one, I like so. What feel so glad the Mahua won't tell her.
The rate of poverty situation facing residents of the area has dwindled the population, as most of the youth had left major cities of the country to search for greener pastures to improve their wealth.
Because of edwuma sentini na yefia akwatra nkrokas me dan krampo no ha na boarding ti je fi de se na de edwuma no ba ye na ye tanechi e pese edwuma no baso kama fine na ye na ye boa no na edwuma koso nti ene ye no ye de mpa bo tanechi na bibia koso kama
master no ablabo no ade a first start na ha hian nsusam sabina na bai wa men su problem de yefim nti ma aha hian edwuma sam sabe ni hina nko a ba ko pe wan ko atwa hina ansoa amwoto e de bene ndia ono na che se wonye nti ye pe edwuma aba
Gumashida, just like the 150 communities constituting the constituency, lacks all forms of basic social amenities such as potable water, good roads with erratic power supply, and public places of convenience. This problem leaves residents with no choice but to defecate in the open in the midst of poisonous reptiles. This oasis is a source of water that the whole community depends on for their household chores. It is very polluted, stagnant, and has a tendency to harbor diseases. And successive governments have not done enough to address the plight of these vulnerable people to shape their destinies. Houses of residents are now death traps, becoming a major source of worry to them. A year ago, a great and ennoble man, Nana Adawu XIII, known in his private life as Richard Teria Odum, ascended the throne as the chief of Gumashida. He assured his subjects of great change.
I would like to pursue a number of development initiatives and to usher in a new era of progress and development for Gumashida. Hallelujah! Discussions are far advanced with foreign partners to transform this town into a mode city. This project is estimated to cost almost $9 million in the first phase.
Since his installation as the Gumashida Hene, Nana Adawu XIII had initiated several transformational ideas, and he started executing them to ensure the advancement of the area, since every attempt to get government to help the community has failed. In his quest for rapid development, he has provided the community with safe pipe-borne water few months after his installation. Elders of Gumashida poured libation to ask the gods of the land to grant the chief long life and strength to finish the project that he is embarking on. The chief is also championing a noble cause towards the construction of about 120 million cedis junior high school complex. At the sword-cutting and groundbreaking ceremony, the chief noted the project, when completed in a year's time, will ease the burden on students who walk long distances to attend junior high school.
The school project, our target is to at least finish some parts for the next academic year to start the JSS1. So those who will finish the SS Class 6 this term will start the JSS1 here. They will not go to any other village. It's going to cost us almost about 120,000 Ghana cedis.
Looking at the distance people cover after completing primary 6, it's very difficult for them. You have to walk from this place to Manford or Dogo. It makes people to end their education after primary school. So today being a day that Shuda is going to have JHS, I'm very happy. The fundamentals is all that we need.
All and sundry, including the Omanhene of Gomoa Achempem, Obrefo Ehunako Aho Ankobia II, and Chief Executive Officer of China Doling, a plastic waste recycling company in China, David Chui, hailed the Shidahene for the bold course that is pursuing to advance the area.
I think the development will be growing a lot, and I see the potentials of the land. You see the land full of greens, that means the land is rich, and the people are introduced. And I'm from China, and only in 35 years we become a largest growing country in the world. I believe sooner and the village will be also being better and better.
While you can't yan papa na already no feel no shadow and nan yaza mi me ho ozana nan ngasanu owotu na ho na huna wo hwem wotetu ho de so ho onye de say na onye hu na momu de ye are ya no na obeche de we ya na papa ye pedina odi bribi baba.
We want the MP to come in so that at least little support that the chief, as the chief is contributing, then the MP can also support. And then the district assembly too. They should consider the schools in the villages rather than depending on schools in the towns whereby people have structure for teachers and so on and so forth. Should there no accommodation for teachers? So even when teachers are being posted to this place, they refuse to come because of lack of accommodation.
The junior high school complex will also help to curb the increasing spate of teenage pregnancy in the vicinity and restore hope of the teenagers in Gumashida.
Even if it's teenage pregnancy, you can just give birth and go back to school. Or you can just give birth and at least find something doing to give you a brighter future. For such people, I think since this program has come, it's going to really inspire them. And I have hope that they will really change their mind. They will forgo certain things and aim higher.
Eldest son of the chief, Richmond Odum, was also hopeful the junior high school complex, when completed, will positively impact lives.
For a city or a nation to grow, it depends on the level of education in that place, and I believe that's a very good idea for him to have that mind to build a GHS for our village, just to improve the level of education in the people there.
The ground has also been broken for the commencement of the construction of a plastic recycling company that will provide jobs to several unemployed youth. This project is estimated to cost $9,000 or $500,000 cedis.
This project is just costing about $500,000, but the main project is going to cost about $9 million. But we have to start from somewhere before we get there. So that is why we are starting this one, to help the community. What we want to do is to help the community to generate funds for themselves, so that they will not be dependent on other people or on other countries or cities for funds generation.
He explained the source of funding for the projects.
We are getting some foreign partners to join me to do that project over there. But along the line, if the government wants to help us, why not? We will take it. But we are not waiting for the government. We are starting somewhere. So I believe that with my partners, we'll be able to reach somewhere.
David Chui is a Chinese national and Chief Executive Officer of China Doling, and has gone into long-term partnership with Nana Adawum to turn the area into a vibrant industrial hub. This, when achieved, will accrue to the revenue generation source of the country.
If we're a good leader for a country, the country will grow in a nice and developed way. And if a leader in a village or in a community is nice, so is very knowledgeable, I think the village and also the people in the village will also benefit a lot from the people as a leader.
The only thing I can do as he is here to support the community. Any document that has to go to assembly, I have to make sure that I send those materials to the assembly, and I also have to lobby so that certain things that would delay in the assembly will not delay, so that things will be very fast in order to achieve his dreams. In doing that, my dream is also I will be very happy to help the community. Most of the problems that you normally send to the assembly, you will not be sending them to the place. So if you get committed people like now they would the 13th to do this thing for the community, the only thing is I have to die to help him, show all commitment, dedication in order to get the support that assembly can provide.
It was an atmosphere of great jubilation to the youth of Gumashida when they heard the good news.
Edumane ba yena ya taichi sambla ni yenya ye misegugu fi yambwa na mbla oba yena ya bwa asema ya kache na nasa ya sranu le ya kupuna tasu ombwa nana na edumano ambla nana so ombwa hen na ye kuri enye yi
ano apart from obedu ebru nso to ana obegeni nso ato ngini apart from ebru no be treja bush treja beto kwanwa ya to 150 pesos nkola so wo o ma me wo ho no nti na ma ye de ifi anu ma ye koe se ye kope duma nti se case na na de duma ba kroma anu ma na ye di nechi.
Richmond Odum urged redundant folks of the vicinity to take advantage when the plastic recycling factory commences operation.
It's going to do a lot. First of all, it's going to broaden or enlighten their minds to know what development is all about. And secondly, it's going to better their future. And thirdly, it's going to genuinely actually build the village. I want to tell the youth that they should stay gazed and watch, and then they should be enthusiasts to actually work when the project is being established. They shouldn't let someone from other village or other country to come and work whilst they are still there. They should put away all laziness aside and actually stay focused.
Elders in the community could not hide their joy.
Yaiji nana ne mpondujuma wadabano yaiji wo papa ofide yamantem ha made sam medin hwedo sum enum mara bi habem kotin na me yejuma mamba obi ayo school obi ya draben egbe biare ha ayeye no sanana adaworum odedam mpondujuma na so ade bekrom ha yigina wa wetu afi biare ho
kapra hastan oyede nti se eduma no ba ya ye pefu po ya ntimi anye bia ya mbaba yebi nti ya de ahode bobo ametu no ayenkwaso.
Valerie Aba Osaba Odum, daughter of Gumashida Hene, commended her father for the brilliant initiative geared towards transforming the lives of the indigents.
Through this Nana Dehu the 13th, at least there's going to be a lot of transformation in our town. And then secondly, this project is also very helpful for the youth. As part of the project, there will be factories, and which means that there will be jobs provided for the youth, which means that instead of them hanging around doing nothing as aimless people, they'll be working, they'll be earning money. So it's going to make them more responsible.
She hopes her father's gesture will inspire others.
God should give him the strength to fulfill his projects and to make the people of Gumashida very, very proud, because right now their hopes are high. When they look at him, they really see hope in him, that this man is going to, transform us, this man is going to bring hope to us, this man is going to make our people, especially the children and the youth, have a bright future.
Robert Nyan is foreman who is taking oversight responsibility of the construction of the yet-to-be-born company.
It's a good thing that I've been formed so that
it will help whoever is connected with both the citizen and all those involved. So I'm so happy taking that job. The man who is going to be the sole holder of the project is an engineer in this company.
He assured of ensuring that the project becomes a reality. Workshop manager at Miniplast, Isofiati, demonstrates the process they are going through to make very beautiful shaped plastic products.
The mold here, the product here, this is the mold. So this one is designed by me. From A to Z, everything was designed here. Then we have to make the mold. So with this, we can produce this one.
He later spoke on how they are doing the molding.
It involves a lot. You know, there are materials, you know, there are plastic products. Before you can get any plastic product, you need the material. So we design the molds here. We do everything here. We have the machines. Every machine with what it does. So we go step by step from one machine to the other so that you can get the shape of any design you want in the iron. This is the design house, including everything.
General Supervisor at Miniplast, where Nana Adawu XIII works as a chief engineer, Hossam Ganem was very much enthused about the project and bided Nana Adawu XIII farewell in his endeavors.
When you see him walking around, for example, he's a person that you can go and ask about any problem in the factory because he's aware of everything here. So he's very knowledgeable. He's a symbol of authority here. People look up to him for not only work advice but for personal advice. So he brings that atmosphere to the company, providing employment. That's the best thing we can do right now and hope for the best. I just want to say good luck, Mr. Odum, and I hope you do well.
Other people who work with him at Miniplast include the production manager, Nathaniel Nati, who had this to say.
I've been with this man for close to about 15 years. I know his capabilities. I wasn't even surprised to hear that he's embarking on this project here and there, the school and then the recycle plants and then he's an industrialist, if I should put it. So I'm not surprised that he's taking this upon himself. Most of the innovations we have in our establishment was put forward by
But why does Nana Adawu XIII wanted to go into plastic recycling business, and is this lucrative at all?
Since 1983, I started doing plastics. That's 31 years. So my passion is in plastics, and I know a lot about it. I've helped so many companies to set up, so many plastic companies set up based on my advice and my engineering assistance to them. So that is why I want to take it there. Moreover, Accra is choked.
This plastic manufacturing firm is a replica of what the chief has intended to establish and will provide direct and indirect employment opportunities to hundreds of Ghanaians to help reduce the increasing unemployment rate facing the country.
What we are going to do is a replica of this at Gumashida, and more of this will come. Maybe Gumashida will even be bigger than this because this one is for a private man. Gumashida maybe will get some government assistance or partners in it, and then it could be more than this.
Apart from creating jobs for the indigents, plans are also far advanced to turn this lake into a tourist site where tourists can visit there occasionally to have fun by cruising on the waters. Nana Adawu XIII spoke extensively on the potential of the lake.
We want to develop that place to be hotels. We want to dredge the water and then join it to the sea. There will be some ferries on it which you book online. Come and join it, you go to the deep sea, have your lunch, have your dinner with live band and everything, and then for some time you come back. So these are the things that we do. Around it, hotels will be built along the lines, and then we make sure the place becomes a very good area. That is our plans for it. that we are going to work with marine engineers, we are going to work with Navy, we are going to work with the Marine Police, and whatever recommendation they will bring, we'll put it into place so that we don't lose lives and other things.
He urged affluent individuals and politicians to emulate his footsteps of executing projects that will benefit the poor and the needy in our communities.
Money is not only in Accra, money is all over the country. If you're establishing an establishment at the villages, it is more blessing because you are blessing the people over there with your substances. They should do that. They should focus on that. Instead of going to Accra and having fun and everything, they should go to the hinterlands and then help the people over there. People need help.
In a bid to enlighten the mind's eyes of the people of Gumashida, he tasked the youth to take advantage of education and desist from fighting for leaders who have nothing to offer them. Our South African apartheid former late president Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the right tool to change the world."
They should not follow their uncles, their grandfathers, just because their grandfathers are saying that. But they should focus. That is why I'm making education my passion, because I know that if they are educated, they will not follow anybody blindly and go and fight and then with machetes and other things to bring chaos to the community. They don't have to do that. All that they have to do is to focus on their own lives. They should just look at the life of the person who is leading the litigation, the life of the person who is leading them to go and struggle, and see what achievement has he ever made in his life. And then he should focus on his own life and say that if this man has not been able to buy a car and I'm following him, how can I also buy a car? Follow someone who has set a pace. My advice to the youth is that they should not follow people blindly just because the person can mobilize them. No, they should follow someone who can give them future, who can give them life.
The commencement of these projects is the beginning of the setting up of several factories and needs government support to enable Gumashida fully realize his dream of transforming his community.
The government cannot solve our problems for us. We have to start. Then the government will follow.
Richmond Odum sees his father as a great leader and mentor whose leadership deserves emulation.
My dad is a leader. He possesses all the qualities and he has the resources, he has partners all around the world to actually help me to embark this project. So I believe in him, he can do it.
The community is therefore calling on philanthropists, non-governmental organizations and affluent persons to come on board to make Gumashida a better place for all to live.